Okay, so we are getting ready to redo our kids' rooms. This is the girls' room, and then I'll show you the boys' room. And I wanted to do like a before and after to document. So. Okay, let's try this again. I apologize for my voice. I don't know if it's allergies or cold, but I'm all stuffed up and miserable. Also, I can't really record unless the TV's on or the kids are distracted. Otherwise, it's just pure chaos and I can't even think. That's why the TV's always on. I sort of almost finished the girls' room, and I wanted to do the before and after because I don't know when it's going to be 100% complete. There were a few hiccups along the way, which, you know, is typical for a project. So I haven't made a video in weeks, months, I don't know. It's been a long time, but I've been pretty depressed. We have some stuff going on in our life, which is just, you know, typical. That's what happens in life, but there's been no resolution, and it's been a lot of stress on me with my husband's job. And we don't know if we're moving or staying or coming or going or what's happening in the state of limbo. It just has me in a constant... Anyway, I'm in this predicament of trying to get the house ready to potentially sell, but also not trying to spend any money. So yeah, I'll show you what I did with the room with mostly reused stuff. Okay, da 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 da. Oh, and there's the dog's bone. Okay, so this is the after of the girls' room, which I am pretty dang happy with. Oh, and the beds were made a second ago. Oh well, you know, life's not perfect. Okay, so we already had the bunk beds. We didn't paint them. They came pink. They were pretty cheap on Amazon. Yeah, I love this cute little table. Ellie picked this out. Let me show it to you. This is from IKEA. This is one of the new things that we actually bought, but IKEA is pretty reasonable. Also, it wasn't all particle board. It was like really solid. So you open these up. Da da da, all the crap is hidden away. Ellie is my little artist, and just there's always papers and pens and crayons, so that is super nice. And we've used those stools so they can clearly hold a lot of weight. The curtains, I love these ruffly curtains. These used to be in my bedroom. Sorry, I can't breathe. My nose is just so stuffed up. Yeah, so those curtains used to be in my room. Yeah, this shelf came with the house, and it was actually in one of the bathrooms, but I didn't like it there. So I cleaned it off and moved it here, and the girls decided to put their shoes there, which works. We usually put the books that they get to keep. Not that they get to keep. We put our books there, and then we usually put library books there. And then Ellie picked those out a while ago. This one's Lainey's, and this one's Ellie's, which kind of suits them. So this dresser, the knobs I reused from another dresser that I had. I still have to replace the handles if I can find one that kind of matches for a good price. The paint is like, it's not as green as it looks in the video. It's more like a mint, but it's the color of our front door, which I actually hate on our front door, but I love it on the dresser. And it picks up from this color in their blankets. And then the rug was on clearance, and this little plate they had, so we just kept that. All the other outlets my husband replaced. Hallelujah, because they were all different colors. We had the like yellowish ones, the black ones. Oh, it was just, I'm kind of OCD like that, and they needed to all be the same color. And I'm so happy that they match. It's just the little things. And then the white is kind of, it's called bleached linen, and it's white, but it's not like blindingly white. It just looks clean. Okay, and so then their closet was kind of a disaster. It was purpley and gray and just a mess, and there were lumps all over, which we sanded down so you can't really see much of the imperfections. We haven't finished hanging the light. Yeah, but Kevin and I hung all of these racks, and I'm so happy to have the extra storage and the low hanging bar for the girls because they like that. Even though they've outgrown all their clothes and we need to go shopping. Um, yeah. So there's room for their toys and there's room below. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Okay, so when Kevin and I were hanging these, we were looking for studs and we probably drilled like 15 holes and didn't find a single stud. So we used his stud finder and marked the spots, and then we drilled through with a tiny little drill bit to test, and there were no studs. So the stud finder wasn't working. And then we downloaded one onto our phones, which also didn't work for some reason. Have no idea why. So then I kind of figured out if you knocked on the wall, you could kind of feel where there was a stud. It sounds a little bit different. It sounds a little more dense, and you can, I don't know, you could just kind of feel it. So I was the stud whisperer and located all the studs by hand, which I'm kind of proud of because I didn't know you could do that. And I feel like I have a secret talent. Yeah, so this is their room. This is the after. Let me know what you think. And if you have any suggestions or tips before we go do the next room. We also broke the light fixture. After Kevin rehung the fan, he screwed it in, but not all the way accidentally. So as soon as he turned it on, it crashed and shattered everywhere. So we'll have to replace that. Like I said, finished, but not 100%. Also, need to get a new vent because they painted the vent and they painted it to where it was no longer usable. You couldn't open or close it. Eventually, sorry, I'm all over the place. Eventually, I want to replace the doors. I have them picked out. If we ever get that amount saved up, it's not too much, but I want to do them all at once. Okay, so I have to show you this last thing. It's just so ridiculous to me. In the closet, in the corner, if you can see, the trim didn't fit, so they just jimmy rigged it, and oh, there's dripped paint. Oops, okay, we'll ignore that. So they just sliced a little bit and then shoved it in the corner. Yeah, so there's just little things like that all over the house that kind of drive me nuts. But at least the outlets all match, right? Okay, the last thing that we did, my husband has a million Beanie Babies. Oh, maybe I should say they're mine. But he collected them with his mom, and it's one of his few, it's the most positive memory that he has of his mother. So it's kind of important to him. So we used what are these called? A shoe rack. And it's perfect for all of the Beanie Babies. I love it. I painted this side of the door because I couldn't stand it, but we'll just hopefully be able to replace them soon. Yeah, so this is the room. Let me know what you think. It's definitely better than it was before. I think, anyway. I think it turned out really good. Okay, all right, well, that's it for now. Hopefully I'll be able to do the boys' room soon enough and show you what that looks like. Okay, bye.